your relationship has ended, but somehow your brain has not received the announcement. It still expects their name on your screen. It still reaches for stories you would have told them. It still imagines conversations that will never happen. And sometimes, the smallest thing, a street, a song, a certain time of night, can pull you back into the relationship as if no time has passed. This is not because you are dramatic. It is because a breakup does not only remove a person, it disrupts a system. Your routines, expectations, emotional habits, and plans for the future were partly organized around that relationship. Your brain learned their presence. It learned when they called, how they sounded when they were tired, what their silence meant, the way they entered a room. Love becomes a pattern of prediction. And after a breakup, reality changes faster than the brain's predictions. So part of you keeps waiting for a world that no longer exists. This is why you may understand logically that the relationship is over while emotionally feeling that it is unfinished. The mind begins searching. What did I miss? What could I have said? What if I had been calmer? What if they come back? This mental replay creates the illusion of control. Because accepting the breakup means accepting that something deeply important happened and cannot be rewritten. Regret, painful as it is, sometimes feels easier. Regret says there was a secret action that could have saved everything. Grief says some things end even when we desperately want them to continue. But not everything you miss should be recovered. That is important. You may miss the closeness without missing the conflict. You may miss being chosen without missing who you became in the relationship. You may miss the future you imagined more than the reality you actually lived. Memory is selective after loss. It creates highlight reels. It plays the vacations, the late night conversations, the affection. It often removes the loneliness you felt while still together, the arguments, the anxiety, the moments you knew something was wrong but tried to ignore it. So when you feel the urge to go back, ask yourself, do I miss the person or do I miss relief from the pain of losing them? Those can feel identical in the moment. They are not. Breakups also affect identity. You were someone's partner. You had shared language, shared plans, and shared history. Now, ordinary choices can feel strangely empty. What do you do on weekends? Who do you call first? What does the future look like without the person who occupied such a large part of it? This emptiness can tempt you to fill the space immediately. Another relationship, constant socializing, checking their profile, trying to remain friends before either person has emotionally separated. Anything to avoid the silence. But silence is where the nervous system begins learning the new reality. Not all at once. Through repetition, you wake up without them. You complete the day. You survive the evening. You experience a moment of happiness and realize it did not require their return. These moments may seem small, but they are evidence. They teach your brain that the relationship ended and your life did not. There will be low points. A week when you feel strong, followed by a night when you suddenly cannot breathe through the sadness. Do not mistake emotional return for emotional failure. Healing is not a straight line because memory is not a straight line. A smell can reach a part of you that logic cannot prepare. A date on the calendar can reopen something. The body remembers before the mind understands. Let the wave pass without turning it into a command. Missing someone is not an instruction to contact them. Feeling lonely is not proof that the breakup was wrong. Pain does not always point backward. Sometimes it simply means the bond mattered. And be cautious about needing them to explain everything. Closure is often imagined as one perfect conversation in which every question is answered and your heart becomes peaceful. Most conversations cannot do that. The person who confused you during the relationship may not become perfectly clear after it. Sometimes closure is not information. It is the decision to stop reopening a wound in search of an explanation that may never satisfy you. Eventually, you stop counting the days. You hear the song, and it is only a song. You remember them without mentally returning to them. Not because the relationship meant nothing, because it became part of your story instead of the place where your story ended.